Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just here yet again to bring you another one of my new digi kits. So this one here is called the Beauty Fair. It's kind of a pink, really girly, very pretty, you know, vintage themed kit. It consists 25 pages. It's got 15 pages of, you know, what I would call the main body of the kit, and then it's got another 10 pages of background pages. They're separated out into two PDF files. So one is for the background pages, one is for the main body, so that you can kind of print them, you know, separately. And obviously then, you know, within that you can print different pages. But the reason for having them separately is so that you can set your printer settings to borderless when printing the background pages, and then you should get no white borders around the edge of your page. So we'll just go on in and have a look at the kit. So if I show you the background pages first, so I'll just move these ones to one side, and then hopefully I'll give you a few, again, just pinching that idea of that phrase again, some nuggets of ideas of how to use the kit. So the 10 background pages, you've got this gorgeous page here, very vibrant in colour. And I have noticed actually that when you print on copy paper, the images come out a lot darker than they do on certainly the cardstock that I have been using. So I will kind of show you that because I've got one identical image that I just want to show you the kind of difference. So there's this one here. This is printed on regular copy paper. Then there is this one, again printed on regular copy paper. This one here, again printed on regular copy paper. And then you've got this one here. This one I have printed on the 160 GSM cardstock paper. So lots and lots of background pages for, you know, all different kind of things that you can kind of do with these. So again, you can obviously print them out on, you know, paper or card and kind of then make embellishments and what have you out of them. Or you just use them as background pages in your journals. So, whoops, and then this one, and then the final page is just this beautiful collage page, you know, of some of the elements from the kit. So that's your 10 background pages. I absolutely love these colours, really pretty. So I'll just pop those to one side, and then I'll show you the main kind of body of the kit. So I just want to go through more in order of kind of how they will print, and now I've kind of mucked up the order, so I'll just pop that in there. Right, so as I say, the kit itself consists of 15 pages. So you've got this page here, which are, you know, my vintage kind of images that I've, you know, collected over the, you know, past kind of 18 months or so, kind of postcards and photographs and things. And then you've got a butterfly here for kind of fussy cutting. Then you've got here some journaling cards, you've got a double-ended ticket, and you've got lots of little postage stamps, which again, I've kind of altered them to fit with the kind of theme and the colours of the kit. And then you've got a little label down here. On this page, you've got, again, more journaling cards, and you've got little tickets or labels there. And you've got some more postage stamps, and then you've got some circles here. Now these couple here are 1-inch circles, so they should fit with your 1-inch punch, and the rest obviously are not 1-inch circles, they're kind of larger ones. So that's that one. Then you've got this here, which is some vertical journaling cards and some little kind of embellishment pieces and another label. I've tried to really condense this kit and kind of have things very close together so that you can get more items on a page. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm very much still learning. Kind of initially, I was loath to do that because I thought it would kind of make it a nuisance for cutting to have things very close together. But actually, you know, I'm sure that that's not an issue. And so I've tried to kind of get things pretty close on this one. Otherwise, no doubt it would have been kind of, you know, 30 pages instead of 25. So here you've got a pocket here, and obviously, you know, you fold it down on the kind of obvious places, and then it obviously goes into your journal as a pocket. And then you've got some butterflies here in different sizes and styles. You've got a label here and some words, just all coordinating with the kit. Now this is the page that I was talking about that I had done to just give you the kind of idea of how different it looked. Because, you know, my ink levels haven't changed. You know, in fact, I printed this first, having, you know, just recently changed my ink cartridges. And then I printed this later. So just to kind of give you an idea, you know, it's much more vivid here on the copy paper rather than the cardstock. I mean, I'm guessing that's because this is much more porous kind of surface, whereas this is kind of a bit more of a sheeny kind of surface. So just to kind of make you aware that obviously different papers are going to kind of give different results when printing your kits, really. So anyway, so this page consists of obviously a little journaling card, a pocket, some more butterflies and some little labels and a double-ended ticket. So that's kind of that one. And then here you've got another pocket, you've got another journaling card, some more butterflies and another ticket. I've tried to give you loads and loads of different elements. I don't know about you, but I really love it if I buy something, buy a collection and it has all hundreds of different items to use and different shapes and sizes and things like that. So I've tried to really kind of incorporate that. You've got some tags here and you've got another little label, and then you've got a little banner kind of running down here. Then on here you've got a file folder, and you've also got this, it's intended to be kind of a booklet. Obviously it's up to you exactly how you use it. I will show you in a second kind of how I, you know, had intended it, but obviously it's completely up to you kind of how you choose to use it. So I will come back to that one in a moment. Then here I've got an envelope and I've got some journaling cards and some little tickets here. Here I've got, again, what I've intended as a kind of little booklet. So you've got the natural fold line down here, you've got a kind of label on the front, and just some images there. And then you've got here another little banner to just kind of pop onto your page as maybe like a belly band or, you know, something else. And then here I've included 2 pages of literally kind of fussy cut roses and, you know, other kind of images, so typewriters and little frames and things like that. Just to kind of decorate your journal, kind of, you know, if you've got some plain pages, you can decorate them. Got this banner here, love this one. Obviously it's got the kind of roses on the actual banner itself, and more of the little kind of frames. So, you know, I've really tried to kind of give you an abundance of things to kind of decorate your journals with. And then here I've been doing this in a few of the kits. I've included the last couple of pages, what I would call kind of stationery items. So literally so that you could, mere suggestion here, print these on kind of more copy paper, cut them out and obviously have them more like a kind of letter, you know, a stationery kind of item. So obviously you could journal here on these ones, and then obviously, you know, if you coffee dyed it or leave it, you know, however you wish. And then you've got the back as kind of journaling space there. So there's those ones, and then there's these, which actually these I have actually printed on, you know, the card. So again, you've got journaling space there, and then, you know, I'm kind of thinking you could just cut them out and have them as kind of a piece of stationery kind of in your journals. So that's those. And then what I thought we'd do is just kind of do a few little suggestions of ideas, really. So again, I haven't had time to play with this kit, you know, so I apologise for that, and I apologise that this is kind of slightly sort of scatty ideas here, really. But in fact, I'm not going to apologise because I keep, you know, having people really kindly saying don't apologise. So okay, so I find it difficult not to. So this one here, now I'm just going to kind of warn you, this is not going to be perfect. You know, I have not kind of done this intending it to be perfect. As you can see, I mean, I have miscut here, you know, around the oval. So when you fold this over, you know, if you're expecting it to be a perfect match back and forth, the chances are it won't be. I mean, obviously you could play around, you could have cut it whilst it was folded. I've cut this out a couple of times now, and I just found, for me, you know, I don't mind it not matching up because I think that's very junk journal. You know, I mean, you can see, again, I've kind of miscut it here. So clearly my front and my back of my booklet are not going to kind of be, you know, perfectly aligned. But, you know, for me, I think that's kind of nice. So there's your kind of two ovals, and then I just kind of have folded it roughly along the middle of the butterfly, like that. And then obviously if you've got any bits and bobs that you wanted to trim, you could. If you wanted to kind of tidy it up slightly, you know, you could do that. Personally, I'm not worried because, I mean, if I was using this, I would certainly probably coffee dye the back, even if I didn't coffee dye the front. I would coffee dye the back, so then that wouldn't worry me having this kind of showing. But I mean, obviously if it did, you could kind of fold it over now and you could trim around it so as it looked really kind of neat and tidy. I just thought that was kind of really nice to have that kind of oval shaped, well, essentially kind of a little booklet, I suppose. And obviously you could then reinforce it here, either with one of the fussy cut butterflies that are included in the kit, or you could pop down, you know, some fabric or something like that, just to make it a bit stronger, because essentially it is obviously only card. But that's kind of how I intended for that to be used. Of course, obviously it's up to you exactly how you use the kit. So I just pop that to one side, and then what I've done, I'm going to move the fabric out the way, get my messy surface going here. Now, so I've just brought along a couple of little bits and bobs that I thought we could just have a play. So this is just some old paper bag from a cheap shop that we have over here. And what I've done, I've just trimmed the bag down and made a kind of bag shape. So I'm just going to literally glue this down. Oops. Like this. I don't know why my hands are shaking so much, but I think I've said before, when I do these videos, because I start up kind of standing, because I'm showing the kit, you know, it's kind of easier to do it standing, because obviously I'm handling those big A4 sheets of paper. I then end up standing, kind of doing the process, and obviously it's not probably that great. But that's kind of how it ends up being. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece here that I have obviously printed onto the copy paper. And the reason I'm doing that is just because it's kind of flimsy then to work with, to pop onto my paper bag piece. I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, but because obviously I'm doing this as a kind of bag type item, I just thought it would work better to have a thinner, more flimsy piece kind of on there. So I can't decide whether I want to tear this around or whether I want to cut it. I think I'm going to tear it. I'll just tear along here. Like that. So I want to say a massive thank you to everybody actually for your support and things with, well, my channel and also all my digitals. You know, it's so exciting. You know, I really feel excited the fact that, you know, people are actually kind of buying my digitals and using them in their projects. That's just really wonderful, you know, to kind of hear that. And I hope that you're all kind of having lots of fun and enjoying using them. And I really appreciate those people who've kind of let me know that they're loving them. So thank you so much. You know, I'm definitely having fun using them, and I really, you know, appreciate kind of, or, you know, hope that you guys are too. So what I've got here, I've got a piece of pink lace. I've just got some tiny remnants kind of left from my symphony orchestra giveaway. So I thought it would be kind of nice to maybe back this onto there. So I'm just going to take literally a scrappy piece of paper while I glue it down. Just check that I'm gluing it to the right side. I always kind of say this, but because of the lighting in here, I can't really tell what's the right side and what's the wrong side of this, to be honest. I think this is the right side, because the light's just kind of glaring all over it, so I can't quite tell. Right, I'm just going to literally wet glue this down onto the fabric. Excuse me, sorry, I nearly lost my iPad there, but I did manage to actually catch it just in time. So let me just kind of move it back slightly. It's very precariously balanced, and I say this all the time, because when I film these process videos, I'm doing them on my desk, and you know, my desk is quite a small, kind of one of those old style, kind of French looking, kind of, you know, girly kind of desks. And I absolutely love it, but it's obviously it's not the biggest. So I've just got literally the most bodged up setup going here. Right. No, that's not the right piece. That was another piece that I thought we'd do something on in a moment. So there we go. So we can obviously just kind of glue this down here like that. So what I might do is just kind of ink up slightly the paper bag before we glue it down. Right, before I was kind of put off by everything kind of almost falling down, I was then going on to say, and I'm really, really appreciative to the people who've entered so far in my design team entry. I was a bit worried I wouldn't have any entrants, so you know, I really appreciate those people who've entered. I have created a playlist for design team entries, so that should be kind of visible to you all. And, you know, it would be absolutely fantastic if you went and checked out their videos and their channels, because there's, you know, they've done a beautiful job. All the videos that are in there so far, they're absolutely beautiful. And I love what people have done with the kits, because, you know, kind of everyone works in a different way, don't they? And it's just so fun to see what people do that is different to how we, or how, you know, how I work with something. You know, I have never kind of obviously seen really people working with my kits before. So for me, it's very exciting. Hopefully for you guys, it would be really exciting too, because there's some fantastic ideas and things that I've never really kind of necessarily seen before. And they're just lovely videos. So, you know, if you get a moment, then it would be fantastic if you, you know, supported those lovely ladies and checked out their videos and their channels. So, and hopefully this is kind of just a really fun thing for us all to be embarking on together. Right. And as I say, I mean, anyone kind of interested in applying for the design team, the deadline is the 1st of April. If you haven't seen it already, I have got a video doing a design team call out. So, you know, check out the kind of the video really. It's just a really short one. So that piece looks really pretty to me. So I might just kind of finish it off like that with this pink flower, which is just some fabric trim. Some, you know, flower trim. I just bought it from the kind of lace kind of trims section in a shop. Now I'm just deciding whether to have the pearl trim here or whether to go with the diamante. I managed to get some more of this lovely faux diamante in the black. I absolutely love this. It's just my absolute favourite. So we could use that, or I have also got this gorgeous pink which Laura had gifted me, so I just cut off a small section of this. I've used this a few times on some cute girly cards. So the pink also looks really pretty. Now I can't decide now. Let me just cut this down because I don't want it quite so long, even if I do use this. Oh, I don't know now. I think they all look really quite nice. So I'll just trim this down. quite like the pink. It's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. I'm struggling to make a decision. What do you think, everybody? Again, this way I wish I was live and I could actually ask everyone's opinion. Whatever I go for. There's bound to be some people who it would be their taste and other people who think, oh, you made the wrong choice there. So, I'm not sure. I do quite like the pink. It's really quite pretty. Let me just trim this pearl one down because maybe that's a little bit too long at the moment. I've brought along a little page of a journal, or for a journal, so we can just see how it looks, and maybe that will kind of help me decide. So let's have a look. Right, that's the pearl. Oops, that's the pink. And that's the black. What does everyone think? Do you know what? I still can't decide, and that's just ridiculous. I know. It's just really not a big decision, is it? I think it's because I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm not functioning at full capacity. So, again, I'm sneaking this in on a Sunday morning. So my husband's just quickly dropping my son off at the bus stop for him to go to his, weekend job. He's taken my daughter with him as well, so that's why she's not making any noise or anything. Right, I'm just going to kind of, I've gone with the pearl. Now, I'm just going to cut here just a journaling card. I mean, obviously, again, as I say, these are literally just nuggets of ideas and, you know, completely, obviously, up to you guys how you would choose to use the kit. Whoops. So here we've got just a journaling card, which obviously I would ink this up and, you know, probably coffee dye it if I was using it. But that just goes then into the pocket of the bag that we've just made. So there's that piece, which really pretty, really like how that's turned out. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Probably got time to quickly do another one. So here, all I've done is literally taken the rest of the piece of the bag that I cut off, and I've just glued it together so it's a little bit thicker for kind of durability. And all I want to do is literally just tear it along. And I might tear it down the bottom as well. Oops. Just literally so that it's kind of, what do you call it? You know, torn down so it's raggedy on the edges, so it's not straight. And then I'm going to take a piece from the kit. Now I'm just deciding which type of piece to use. Now obviously we have got that gorgeous page of the fussy cut kind of images, which may be quite fun to kind of do something with those. So let's do that. So I might just take this one or this one. Again, you see, I'm just deliberating and, you know, faffing around, wondering which to use. So I'm just going to cut that out like this. So we'll just, and again, I mean, I'm just doing this super speedy. So, you know, I'm really not kind of, you know, I'm not making a brilliant job, obviously, of cutting these items out or anything else. So you have to excuse the kind of shoddiness here. Now I've had a couple of people email me about the possibility of JPEG files in place of PDFs. Now, one lady did go on to explain that obviously, you know, for her, that means she can kind of resize items and things like that. I am looking into that at the moment. Excuse me, I've got obviously odds and ends on there that I've printed previously. So I'm kind of looking into that. I mean, my reason for doing the PDFs was I wanted to make, you know, things really straightforward. So it's literally nobody had to worry about kind of zip files. Nobody had to worry about kind of individual files. Nobody had to worry about kind of the resizing of files. And obviously I can see why some people would like that. Equally, you know, I thought maybe that would be quite off-putting for people, and it's nice to just have a straightforward, brilliant, I just have 2 files, they're completely, you know, all the things I need are contained in those 2 files, and literally then, you know, you just kind of download it and then you print it. So that was obviously why I did the PDFs. The PDFs obviously also kind of are more compressed size-wise, you know, kind of they're a universal format. So that was kind of why I went with PDFs. I mean, I have had other feedback saying they really like the fact that all the, you know, files are contained in just kind of 2 files. And obviously it's hard to kind of please everybody, isn't it? And the other thing is I'm struggling to do them myself as a JPEG file. So I am still looking into it. I haven't got an answer as yet, I'm afraid. So that's kind of that. I mean, the other thing is, you know, hopefully there are lots of variety of sizes and things like that in the kits. And actually that's another thing, because I do try and make kits massive, so you've all got loads and loads of options, because, you know, I love it when I get something with hundreds of bits, as I just said. And you know, I hoped that there would be kind of so many bits that you wouldn't really need to kind of add extra things. Yeah, no, of course, if you wanted to, you could. But, you know, for kind of people who maybe haven't got tons of stuff in their stash, hopefully the kits kind of contain more or less kind of everything you need. Was kind of where I was going with, you know, certainly the big size, full size kits. Not obviously kind of individual kind of smaller items, but... So, yeah, that's kind of was where I was heading. Yeah, so I'm just kind of, I'm looking into it, and I will keep you all posted with regards to that. So, I mean, there's kind of a little potential layout here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to ink up the kind of scrappy piece of paper bag. So if we had that there, we could have the pink lace poking out there actually. And I mean, again, you know, I love kind of the ability to fussy cut loads of things. But I mean, of course, I realise fussy cutting is not for everybody. You know, so I mean, obviously, again, you could choose not to print out the pages that you didn't want to fussy cut, you know. You know, I mean, again, obviously, we can only kind of really do things as per our kind of tastes, I suppose, can't we? And then listen to feedback kind of after. You know, so kind of, yeah, that's kind of where I was obviously heading. So I quite like it like that. I will just double check that I don't prefer the pink down there. No, I quite like it like that. So I'm just going to pop this piece of lace down. Again, I'm going to try and get it right side up. And again, I really can't see because of the kind of glare of my lamp. Oh, I really can't see. Which is just really bizarre, isn't it? And the worst of it is, you guys maybe can see on the camera. So, you know, I'm kind of sat here saying I can't see, and maybe you guys even can see, you know, where you are. So I apologise for that as well. Okay. Just pop that down like that. Oops, now I've got glue coming out, and I don't think I've actually got any. Oh, I have got a little scrap of kind of tissue here to the side, so I'll just use that. Right. Must not jog the table because my balanced setup is wobbling again. Right, I'm still standing up, so still not ideal crafting kind of scenario going on here. And I could do with kind of pressing this down. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take one of the fussy cut butterflies from the kit. So let's have a look. Right, this one's quite small, so I'm going to use that one, I think. So I'll just quickly cut this out. And I mean, again, obviously I do apologise. I am kind of just standing up and, you know, not the best situation for kind of obviously fussy cutting. So, well, fussy cutting or crafting or anything else, to be honest, but some people I have noticed actually they do craft standing up. I mean, personally that's not for me, but you know, each to their own. I mean, apart from anything else, my desk is obviously way too low down to actually be crafting long term standing up. Right, this is very annoying. I should have used the hot glue because this is not sticking very well now. Right. And I'm just going to trim this lace because this is kind of very pokey. It's very sharp looking. It's not a kind of nice soft edge, so that's better, isn't it? Prefer it like that. And then we can have that there. Right, I will just ink up this butterfly. Like that. So we can just kind of decide then how to kind of have things here. Then we can have this flower here. And just a bit of lace across the top. Now, do I want to ink that lace? Let's try. Yes, that looks better, doesn't it? And I mean, obviously, you could have kind of the butterfly on the page. Obviously, I don't want to glue things down on this page because, you know, this isn't... it isn't a journal as such yet. So I'm just going to stick this lace down, and I'm going to just use the hot glue now for speed because I don't want things not really sticking like the piece here that obviously is not really wanting to kind of play the game. So for these demonstrations, really hot glue definitely is the way to go. Right, then I'm going to just glue a little bit of Diamante across here, and I will wet glue this on. Oops. Oh gosh, now it's just stuck all over me because I've got obviously hot glue threads hanging off. Right, there we go, that looks pretty. And then here, and I will now hot glue this butterfly on, I think, so we can have the butterfly there and then the rose kind of going off to the side. So right, I'm going to wet glue the rose because it's quite delicate, because obviously it's got lots of little bits all over it. So I will just wet glue that. So oops, nearly put it upside down then. Right, I'm just going to put it on my rough piece of paper. Again, I jogged the desk, and I apologise because obviously my video must then just shake around, I'm sure, but sorry about that. Right, so that's that one, and then just pop the butterfly like that. So I'm just going to just hot glue the butterfly down just for speed and just pop it there. Yay! How gorgeous is that embellishment piece? I love it, and it's just made essentially from a paper bag. So I love the whole reusing things, you know, I love the paper bags. They're just brilliant to be able to use them. So I'm just going to cut out now just a journaling card from the kit, just to kind of show you how that would look. So if I just grab a journaling card. Sorry, it's all kind of now mixed in behind me. So I'm going to use this one, I think, because that would look really gorgeous, kind of tucked in behind there. Just pressing these down because I'm aware that they're still kind of wanting to come up. That wet glue is not doing the not doing its job today very well. There we go. Okay. So, and again, obviously, I mean, I would probably coffee dye this. So I'm just going to distress ink it for this video. So it's kind of matching the shabby look of the kind of embellishment piece there on the front. So there we go. Move my piece of paper outside. And that would just obviously go in there like that. So I would probably glue this down either as a little pocket on kind of 3 sides, and then obviously pop my journaling card in there, or I would have it as a tuck spot, just gluing it on obviously the 2 sides, and then you would be able to use it there like that. Really simple, you know, really simple, and just literally using you know, paper bag. So I just wanted to kind of have a little bit of a play with the kit and kind of show you guys a couple of little, you know, nuggets of ideas as to how you could kind of use the kit. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you like the kit. I think it's really pretty and, you know, super gorgeous. So if you like the look of the kit, then, you know, I'll pop the link below and you can go and check it out. I hope you liked the video. Hope that you were able to kind of gain something from it. And I will see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.